You're listening to Systemic Era Podcast. The failure was designed.
My neighbor's cat does this too. Trump draws scorn for bizarre July 4 activity, based on an article by Alexander Willis. Trump watching Trump. The loop is the point. The image. Fox News accidentally aired a perfect portrait of contemporary right-wing power Donald Trump watching Fox News watch Donald Trump. The network then indulged a panel begging him to wave, while he stood mostly still and looked at the screen. Minutes later, he delivered a speech that the New York Times said had the hallmarks of a Trump rally, including attacks on Democrats, fresh talk of communism, and pressure on Congress to pass a bill that would make voting harder. Who actually holds power? The central fact here is not the absurd television loop. It is that Trump still commands institutional force through the presidency, the media ecosystem that serves him, and a political party willing to orbit his instincts. Fox is not a bystander. It is part of the machinery. It turns an authoritarian spectacle into programming and then pretends the spectacle is news. The people with the most power in this scene are not the social media observers making jokes about the soul of America. They are the actors with offices, microphones, and legislative leverage. Trump, Fox, and the congressional Republicans he is trying to push into voter suppression legislation. The real decision. Trump made the choice to use a national holiday to stage a grievance rally. He chose to scaremonger about Democrats and to revive the lazy, stale incantation of communism as a substitute for policy. He chose to demand a law that would make it harder to vote. That is not confusion. That is intent. Fox chose to platform it and then marinate in the optics of the moment, as if the content of the speech were less important than the theater surrounding it. That is how the network launders political cruelty, by turning it into a viral visual and then allowing the visual to eclipse the agenda. Misdirection by design. The point of the spectacle is to make domination look like absurdity and absurdity look harmless. Trump is not merely clowning, he is practicing political conditioning. Every communism accusation is a fog machine. Every attack on Democrats is an attempt to shift attention away from the actual project, narrowing the electorate, hardening minority rule, and keeping power in the hands of a movement that depends on frustration rather than governing competence. The loop on the screen is the content. A politics built on narcissism, media capture, and grievance needs constant self-reflection. It cannot stop looking at itself because there is no durable governing vision behind it, only repetition, resentment, and control. Fox is not watching from the sidelines. Fox News did not merely capture the moment, it helped produce it. The network created the conditions in which the president could be both performer and audience, and in which a national audience is trained to treat that recursion as entertainment instead of a symptom of institutional decay. That matters because media institutions are not neutral mirrors when they are actively servicing an anti-democratic movement. They are accelerants. They keep the machine fed, normalize the behavior, and help turn deliberate assaults on voting access into just another segment between commercials. The pattern. This is the broader pattern. Authoritarian politics thrives when spectacle is mistaken for noise and noise is mistaken for harmlessness. Trump's self-consuming television loop is not a sideshow. It is a demonstration of how power now operates on the right. Create a closed media environment, feed it grievance, convert the presidency into a performance stage, and use the attention to advance concrete restrictions on democratic participation. That is the system, not confusion, not accident, not a quirky media moment. A coordinated loop of propaganda, institutional cowardice, and anti-voter politics, with Fox News acting as both audience and amplifier. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to Raw Story for today's article, with it automated voice of Bryce. Thanks for listening.